everybody, welcome back to Prison Architect. Here we are, back in Prison Architect. We're in our women's correctional facility in upper state New York, the same one that we've been working on for some time now. A lot of changes have been made recently, and the place is looking a lot better than it has looked previously. We're making better use of space. We're like sorting out some of the hallways and stuff. We've got like some extra lights here that don't need to be here, and they're probably bugging you and me and everyone else in the entire human race who seems to maybe be watching this or possibly not. But anyway, for their benefit, let's start removing some of those extra lights and let's get to it. We've got lots of different sections of the prison, and we have a good opportunity at some point to make this a bit more of like a centralized area, possibly for a bigger kitchen. Maybe at some point, maybe we can move some of like our staff rooms and stuff into this central location so that staff can reach it easier. Our workshop is able to be bigger now as well, and we should, yes, normal security is going to be working in the workshop. They're in here for a little bit longer. We've got a little bit of money, so let's do this. Let's work on this today, shall we? Of all the things that we could be working on, we can work on this because this is going to bring us in the big monies, and that's what we want. So we're going to dismantle these tables here now. We're going to dismantle all these tables. We're going to move all of this stock out of here. Look at the parole rooms are filled. Well, not all of them. And it looks like Chloe Nash here, 59 years old, threw up during her parole hearing. But it looks like both of them actually were released. So that's like, what, $6 more grand in the back? Whoa. Okay, I'm not sure about getting released and then exiting through the staff room, security room, storage room, and then making your way out here where there's not even a door servo. Okay, you know what? That's kind of annoyed me, actually. And in actual fact, we don't even need to have this door here anymore because we have this access out here from here. And this is just becoming a big problem. So what we're going to do is... luckily we spotted that. We're gonna dismantle this door. We have all of these walls up here to dismantle. God, already we're completely off task. Okay, we said we were gonna do the workshop, and what are we doing now? Just a bunch of other crap as usual. Okay, do you need to get in here so you can dismantle this door? No problem. Okay, materials. We're gonna need a fence. Wow, we just made 9 grand from people getting released from the prison. That's incredible. Okay, let's replace that with some fence. This is good. It looks like a food tray that's dirty has been dropped out here as well. We don't want this used any longer as a way to... You guys are going to have to repath, okay? Think about it, okay? Go through the reception like everyone else needs to. Go through this big empty open room, which is probably like creepy looking and stuff. Also, it looks like we've just had an intake as well. And we don't know about some of these people. Okay, we have 2 people with... Oh! Okay, look at this. Ex-prison guard, Gianna Batti. Okay, we're going to have to get you into protective custody like straight away because you are going to get killed out there, okay? You're going to have to get out of there. Somebody's going to try to kill you straight away. We don't know who you are or what you're about. Do we have any informants that are able to tell us anything? Alice Hancock. Alice Hancock with like the 100% coverage. Alice Hancock, I guess, has just been in this prison for like fucking ever. With no hope of ever getting out of here. She has 100% coverage. If we can get Alice into the security room and sort of pick her brains a bit and find out what she knows, we might be able to find out about these other people and possibly avoid another death inside the prison. Because we've had a couple of deaths recently, haven't we? I think it was like either last episode or maybe the episode before that. Couple of people got stabbed to death. I don't think any of them were snitches or anything, though. I think they were just having a good old-fashioned fist fight, as you do from time to time in prison. It's pretty boring in here. There's not always a lot to do, so sometimes people just sort of think to themselves, hey, you know what? I'm just going to have a fight instead. There is a lot of poo and pee in this hallway for some reason. I'm not sure what's happened there. I don't even know if I necessarily want to know what's happened there. It looks like the entire prison is now enjoying some eat time, which is pretty good. Max Sec, it's got to be said, have been like fairly well behaved recently. Only Lila Griffin, who drilled 2 people to death recently, that's like the only sort of issue we've had inside Max Sec. To be fair, they're probably scared because of all the fires and other things that have been happening as well. Because that has happened. We've had a couple of fires, a couple of big damages and stuff, and it's been Well, overall, probably not the best, but there you go. Okay, we're gonna set up like some tables. Probably like I'm thinking like maybe we can set up some tables like at the end here, like this, like that, and like that. We're gonna get 4 tables in here to store all the goods that we need. Maybe another one as well. Let's go for 5 tables, shall we? We're gonna have to make sure that we get a couple of more equipments in here as well. We're gonna get some more workshop presses, and we're gonna get some saws and all that other stuff because the license plates are like pretty good. I guess we can get like some presses like right down like here, here, and here, and then let's get saws, and then let's get a couple of more presses like right beside them as well. And then let's get a couple of carpenter's tables as well. Okay, just to expand things a little bit. This is going to be really good. Okay, we got rid of that door. It looks like this fence is all gone now too. So if anybody is trying to get out of here, they got a long way to dig, okay? Because they're going to try to dig and get beyond this fence. We got the dog patrols all set up and everything as well, which is pretty good. They'll keep the prisoners on their toes and keep them vigilant and stuff. You know what? We don't want to keep the prisoners on their toes or vigilant. What we want to do is we want to lock them down and keep them in jail. And to aid with that, of course, shakedowns. I don't know when the last time we did one was. It looks like possibly quite recently we did one. But you know what? We're going to do another one. We're going to do another one, and not only that, we're going to hire a couple more guards as well to help with this too. We're going to get our guard population up to 55. We've got 162 potential inmates here, 20 normal security and 4 minimum security arriving in the next 9 hours. We're going to need all the guards we can get. We're going to do a shakedown. We're going to see if we can find a whole bunch of contraband. We're also going to try to discover some tunnels, of course. We don't want people getting out of the prison ever. Escapes, we've already had. Escapes, we've had a few. And we don't want to have any more, if possible. And now we're broke as well because actually we need to probably be selling all of these license plates, which have just been sitting in the old workshop now for quite some time. But that's fine. We've got plenty of time. It looks like we found a drill on somebody, so that's at least something. That's one less drill out there. It looks like somebody had a cell phone as well. Cell phone is considered contraband, although I guess it's just like more like a freedom thing, isn't it? You know, like we want to monitor people's calls and tap their phones. And that reminds me, actually, we should probably get a phone tap at some point because that'll help stem the flow of contraband too. We'll be able to find out when people are planning to, like, you know, smuggle stuff in here or whatever. We can get the dog to like sniff the stuff as it comes through the reception and whatnot, and then we can just sort of hopefully make it so that no contraband is ever getting in here, because that's the thing. We don't want people spending their money on outside things like that. We don't want people spending money on contraband outside when they could be just buying porno magazines and chocolate bars and stuff from the prison shop, and that money all goes back into our pocket, which is the important thing. That's what we want to have happen, right? I think that also logistics-wise, okay, we didn't need to change it. I thought from extending the room that maybe we'd have to change things around in there, but we don't need to. We have space for 20 people to be doing the stuff that they need to do in there. Workshop safety induction from 12 until 2 p.m. We have 23 interested and 23 have finished, and only 8 have passed. So we probably spent a lot of money on this stuff unnecessarily because we probably don't have enough people to actually operate all of it. We're also going to have to start carpentry apprenticeship. It looks like 1 is interested and qualified. So let's start that up too. Carpentry apprenticeship is going to happen from 12 until 2 p.m. inside the workshop. So 12 until 2. That puts us on this one here, and it looks like we've already got a guard in there from 10 until like 5 at night, because we have a guard in there for during work time and stuff as well. So that's good. We have a guard stationed in there for the training and for the working, and it should keep those prisoners, well, not necessarily on their toes. We don't really want them on their toes. I mean, I keep saying like we want them on their toes, but we don't actually want them on their toes. We want them locked down, and we want them feeling like down and sort of like suppressed and stuff like that. Because, you know, if a prisoner who's not suppressed is a prisoner who's likely to like act up and start like banging his cup against the cell doors, or her cup, I should say, actually, because this is a women's prison. I keep forgetting that this is a women's prison. There's a couple of things that you really have to bear in mind with a women's prison, like the family cells. That's one thing. These family cells are huge. We made them 5x5. They're a little bit bigger than the usual. Family cells, I don't think can actually be dorms. They have to be like kind of private, but Making them 4x4 makes it awkward because you can't put like a central door and stuff. So we've gone for the 5x5 variant anyway, and that's like just about okay. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's like we've got these like little nurseries attached for each like sort of class of prisoner as well, which seems to be working well enough for now anyway. It's not too bad. We don't have much money, but to be fair, I have just spent a whole bunch of money on potentially making more money through the workshop once people get trained up and stuff. At least carpentry apprenticeship is happening. One person could very well potentially pass the carpentry apprenticeship program and start producing superior beds for us. All we need is 10. He could work on one like per week or whatever, and we'd eventually hit that quota, and we'd be able to get 10 grand for it, which is pretty nice. I think that's pretty good. I think 10 grand. If somebody were to offer me 10 grand right now, but they said like you'd have to like I don't know, have sex with like imagine like your wife's body with Lewis's head, or your wife's head on Lewis's body, and that's what you have to. Either one of those, you have to have sex with them to get 10 grand. You know what? I think I would just say, you know what? Keep your 10 grand and actually just shove it up your ass as well, because that's disgusting. Nobody should ever have to make that choice in their life. I'm certainly not going to be making that choice in my life, because that's gross. And curse you for even coming up with the crazy idea in the first place. Anyway, 6 vials of poison discovered. That's got to be like worth something. Maybe even newsworthy. Maybe we could go on record in the local paper and say that we managed to confiscate 6 vials of poison from our prisoners, and that's like in an attempt to keep these guys these girls, in jail, safe in jail, but also so that they're serving out their time, and making sure that they pay for their crime and all of that kind of junk. I think that would be good. I would be interested to read that. We're missing one spot. What spot could that be? Maybe it's like up here? No, this staff room is just a couch covered in food trays. It's a lot like my living room, actually. But like for these guys, this is like a work sort of break area and not their living room at all. So there is that too. All right, well, look, it's almost 4 a.m. All of our sleeping beauties are asleep. We're minus $407 in the hole because of all of our big expenditures recently. But in about 4 hours' time, we should be getting a nice influx of cash. We've got 24 prisoners arriving, which should give us some decent money, so that we can actually connect these up, get more people working in the workshop, hopefully pump out the goods like there's no tomorrow, and sell them all on the market as well, and make us the money that we need. It looks like we're 81% towards closing off the Cell Block D grant, which is going to give us 20 grand as a reward too. That's nice. And like I was saying, Carpentry Apprenticeship program is like underway with one person training to become a carpenter's apprentice. And in all likelihood, will probably fail as well, because it's never a guaranteed thing. Like the pass rate for these things tends to be something like 35 to like 45% or something. So I guess it's sort of like a 50-50 chance we have to maybe get a legit carpenter working inside the prison and making everybody some nice new wooden beds and stuff. The warden just buys in a whole bunch of raw wood, and then, our regular local Jesus just sort of like carves up some awesome rocking chairs and beds and stuff like that. And it's all great. And all the prisoners love her. They're just like, oh, there's nothing you can't do. This prisoner is tops. And she's just like, yeah, I know. Makes like a couple more beds and stuff. It's pretty sweet stuff. It's cool. How's Minsec looking? Minsec's looking okay. I bet you like almost all of them are trying to escape. We had that failed escape attempt like not long ago as well. This woman dug out of here and then just sort of like froze when she got to the outside. I guess because she was holding a baby and she realized that she just crawled through a tunnel with a baby. Possibly that was something to do with it. Anyway, she did not escape, but it just goes to show that Minsec are constantly at it. They're constantly trying to dig out and dig their way out of the place and stuff. I guess we're gonna have to like expand this fence down too, because this fence is quite close. Look, like if this person wanted to tunnel out, It's like no time at all to get there. We would totally miss that one as well. So another thing that we need to be careful of. Oh, look at that. We're making money back, though, steadily throughout the day. We're only like minus $5 now. Once I get a little bit of money, we'll knock down this fence and like extend this fence out. And then we'll have a nice area down here that we can maybe start building in. We've also got this area up here that currently has nothing in it, but we could start building into. We might just be able to move protective custody like out of this area here and maybe move it into like its own little building to the side. Maybe up here in this corner, or like maybe down here in this corner. We gotta save some room because we're eventually gonna want to get death row in here when we can start making some decent money from people working, saving up the money for it. We'll have that in a separate building. We'll have to like lock it down properly. And who knows, if things start getting like kind of crazy in MaxSec, we might want to think about implementing like some sort of supermax area of the prison as well. If not an area, maybe even just converting the whole prison into like max and supermax or something, because we'd probably make a lot more money, but we'd have a lot more problems as well. And of course, there's a very famous song called Mo Money, Mo Problems, and that one was done by Puff Daddy and Mace. I don't know if you remember back in the day, but they did it. And you know what? To some extent, they were probably right about that too. Oh shit, looks like we found a pack of smokes inside a mailbag. Okay, now that I have a little bit of money, let's hook these up. We just need to hook them up like that, and then we're laughing. We're up and running. And then we have a couple of more saws and presses. That cost us $20. We have $75 left. I don't know how much it's going to cost us to get this fence done, but I think it's going to be more than $75. Yeah, no. Like, even just one side of it's going to be $156 at least. Lucky for us, though, in 15 minutes' time, bam! The biggest intake you've ever seen. Well, it's probably not the biggest, but 24 prisoners are arriving, which is still quite big. 35 prisoners have been unnecessarily searched recently. 3 armed guards are in service, plus 1 prisoner is shackled in their cells or in solitary, and 72 prisoners have serious complaints. What these complaints are, we may never know. I mean, we could take a look. It looks like food and family are becoming problems for a lot of people. Food shouldn't be much of a problem any longer, though, because it is eat time. Oh, and also, intelligence-wise, poor Alice Hancock. Man, Alice Hancock was in there forever, and I think she just left. Okay, we got a snitch in our midst. We have a snitch named Anna Smith, who is not dead yet, but has a child. Okay, we're going to have to save her life now by putting her into protective custody. Do we have a family cell in protect? Yes, we do. Holy crap. Okay, this is nice. All right, and the new intake is coming in as well. So Alice, we're going to have to get you in. We're going to have to activate you and see what you know about the new intake. I wouldn't have thought anything, but with 100% coverage, it seems that Alice will probably know ahead of time when people are coming in what they're all about. So she might have like some gossip or something about like, you know, an ex-law enforcement or snitch or something. So we'll get her in, even though she's meant to be eating right now. We're going to get her into the security room. So I almost said staff room. And we'll find out, because there's a couple of people here that we know nothing about. And if we need to save any of them before they go into the regular prison population, that could be a good thing. Where is Alice right now? Alice should be being transported down here, but I don't know where she is. And these people are now being processed as well. Is there another truck coming, or is that all of them? That can't be all of them. There's not 24 ladies there, is there? Wow, extremely volatile as well. Who's this? It's Shuyu Salzi Fox Zhang. Extremely volatile. That's going to be one to watch out for. That could be like the rival gang leader to Lila Griffin, because I think Lila Griffin must be a gang leader, right? She's like legendary. How do you get a legendary MinSec? That just seems crazy to me. All right, it looks like Alice Hancock has been released. No! Look at this. She's coming back in for one last hurrah before she's out of here. I can't believe it. She's actually been released. Oh, that's nuts. All right, what do you know? She knows everything. Look at this. Oh, you're going to be sorely missed, Alice. Look at this. We have all these people in here. We got a gang member here. We got some fearless ones. We got some volatile ones. But it doesn't look like we have anybody who is potentially going to be killed anytime soon. Oh, we got ex-law enforcement down here. Nana Cypress. All right, let's get you into protective custody as well. I don't think MinSec are ever going to be able to like act on this, but we will save them anyway. Okay, perfect. Good. Well, I guess peace out then, Alice Hancock. She's out of here. She's gone. Okay, we can deactivate her, and now she can leave the prison because she's been released. Holy shit, Alice. 21 years old. What was she even in here for? Death by dangerous driving and perjury. God, if only there was some way that we could keep her in here longer. You know, like maybe fabricate some more claims or something and fucking just, you know, do some shit like that. That would be pretty good. Oh my god, we have 10 grand as well. Can you believe this? This is fucking great. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of these walls here and these walls here. Okay, and then we're going to fence off like this instead. Okay, it's gonna cost us like a couple of $100, so we're not too worried about it. Okay, so let's do that. Let's just make sure that that's actually there. Okay, yes, it is. And then let's just make sure that deployment around here is like staff only, because we don't want anyone going out here right now, because they can escape. That needs to be staff only as well, because it's like a power transformer. But the rest of this all seems fine for now. Okay, great. Well, we've added a whole bunch of people to protective custody, luckily, just in time before all of them got like killed and stuff. Unbelievable. Alice Hancock, our 100% coverage superstar CI, is out of here. She's been released on parole or whatever. So she's out of here, and we're not going to be able to... There, that's probably her gone right now. 3 grand. That's all we get. After all of that time and investment into Alice Hancock, that's all we're left with. Unbelievable. All right, so let's say that before we like sort of wrap things up, let's say then protective custody, we're going to move it out of here, okay? And then we're going to maybe try to centralize the kitchen in here instead of having it in MaxSec, which means that MaxSec could potentially have some more room for cells if we need it. I don't think they're maxed out yet, but they could be at some point. Nobody's like really been misbehaving much recently, so that's at least something. So we could put it like down here, protective custody. Make it like kind of big. Like currently it's pretty big, but it'd be nice to have like these smaller cells, fit more of them in, have a couple of family cells as well, and just sort of like plan it out. Maybe have it like separate as well. We can separate it like so that it's not in the same building, and then we could just have it like, I don't know, maybe like make it like this big, maybe even just make it this big, like make it really big. I don't know if that's too big though. Like that is an awful lot of space for protective custody. I mean, maybe that's way too much space. You know what we should do? Maybe we should half it, and then we can like build some other stuff down here instead, because I think we still need to have... We didn't rebuild the library, did we? We're gonna need to... We can maybe put the library in here after all this stuff is gone, because this could be like a central area for like the library. We can get some other mail rooms set up. We can get a mail room actually set up in MaxSec as well. That could be pretty good. So we say that protective custody is like maybe this big then instead, and then we can have like a library down here, or even expand out like MinSec a little bit more or something. That could be pretty good. So we could have like, I don't know, we could have like a door that leads out here like this, and then it leads into here like this, and then inside here we can have like, what, there's cells? The bed and the toilet and the shower and the grate thing, and then the door. No, that's gonna be too small actually. Okay, so maybe we like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe we make like these, because we're gonna need family cells, right? So we can do like that. I think 3 would be enough. I think 3 family cells is enough, and actually that fits pretty perfect. We want to like try to line things up as best we can, but like it's not super essential either. Like it doesn't have to be lined up perfectly. Like we could say like come in like this, and then across the way here we can have like some cells. So like door, light, bed, wall. Okay, and then so we can go like this all the way down to like maybe here or something. Or even have it like a hallway in the middle sort of thing, like this, 1, 2, 3, and then go like that. You can go down like this, and then it can have like a couple more cells down here too. Probably need like some solitary as well. That's fine. 1, 2, 1, and then the door. Yeah. Okay, so that works. So we can have like, how many protective custody cells does this work out to then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. That's pretty good. Wow, we just made another wow, we have 19 grand in the bank right now. Okay, so 14 protective custody cells plus 3 family cells. This is protective custody, of course. We're gonna have like the canteen and nursery in here as well. And then what else do they need access to? What do they currently have access to? Protective custody are actually allowed to come out like into like these areas, which we probably don't want them to do. So I think what we're gonna do is like this little hallway here will be like a little airlock. We'll make it like staff only so that they can't come out here and access these services. And then we may well need to just expand this out a little bit. So like if we say like that's 1, 2, 3. So if we say that this is like the line to the canteen in here, okay, like that. But we won't actually put these walls here. That means that like this can be like another airlock down into here. And then we can have like protective custody stuff like visitation. We can have, I don't know, like just like the services and stuff that they need. Because I think we'll always have a couple of people in protected custody. But it's just like not a huge deal. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can have their own parole room as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so like this could be like a parole room here. This could be like just like a, you know, like a cleaning cupboard or something. So you come in here and then there's like a hallway here, I guess. 1, 2, 3. So we could have it like that and then sort of like that. And then whatever these rooms are going to be, they can just be whatever. Like we can have like a little mail room in here. I think mail rooms have like a size too, right? Mail room. Let me just see. Mail room. Yeah. 5 by 5. Okay, that's fine. They can have like a little tiny mail room. So that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, mail room. What else would they need? Like a little infirmary? Probably. They're going to need some solitary as well. They're going to need their own like bits of solitary. So little infirmary, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'd be like that. It's like all these like little five size rooms. They're kind of weird, aren't they? We can just let them have like janitor jobs. That's fine. That'll keep them busy. And then is there anything else they need? I guess they could have like their own visitation room as well. We'd have to like march people in here. But this like could work actually. They can march like right down into here. Actually, they could maybe access it from here and just like walk through here, get into here, and this hallway can connect everything up. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that if you guys are. So protective custody will be like its own little island in the middle, outside in a separate building, totally cut off from the rest of the prison to avoid people getting shivved and shanked. We don't want anyone else dying if possible inside the prison. And this will be a good way to ensure that that happens. And the nice thing about doing this, spending the money to get this done, is we can move all this crap out of here. And then we can have some other stuff put in here instead, like maybe the kitchen, make it more central, make it a little bit bigger. And then maybe we can have like a library and some other stuff in here as well for the rest of the prisoners. We have people who are unassigned to cells. Protective custody seems fine. Max sec seems fine. Medium security seems fine, and also minimum security. 1 prisoner. Oh no, look. It's Laura Carter. She's with child. How have we filled all of these cells up? The family cells for normal sec. Oh, that's crazy. We're gonna need more family cells for normal sec. Ah, shit. Okay, well, that'll have to wait for next time as well. That'll be like our top priority for next time. All right. Well, there we go. Another episode of Prison Architect. The prison is just looking better and better. Every time we make changes to it, it seems to run better. It looks better. The layout is slowly changing and getting better. And we've got some nice expansions planned as well. And we saved a whole bunch of people's lives by putting them into protective custody. But sadly, Alice Hancock is gone. And now we're left with, of course, Aria Rose, who's got 64% coverage, which is not actually that bad. But it's not 100%. And you know what? Actually, if only Alice Hancock could commit some sort of crime and come back in here, that would be great. Perfect. All right, well, there we go. As usual, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.